Our Pheidole Nodus, called the ReneSians, need a change in nest. Let's go from this to this. Welcome to the crafting ant. We are moving our nodus. The setup is hard to maintain and takes too much space in the viv. I do like the old setup, a Gen 4 gypsum from Wakushi connected to a DIY outworld. There's constant activity and the nest is packed. This makes the move a bit more difficult. So we're gonna use some tricks. First, I want to disconnect the DIY outworld by distracting them in a new medium outworld. Let's connect it and give him some time to explore. As you can see, the substrate is bioactive. It's dark sand, cocoa peat, and it has springtails in it. Now it's time for the lure. A pinky, of course. And that works. Large amounts of ants go into the new medium outworld. After I stirred up the outworld a bit, more ants ran out. Then it was time for the disconnect and put blinds in the corridor and the outworld. My trusty Hoover caught all the escapees. The nice thing was that they keep on trying to go back into the nest, and I would just open the blind and hoover them up. Then I started picking up the leftover ants. When they settled down, it was time for the next part. Connecting the new white tongue and tried to move them. Time for the next trick. Humidity and light. I already stopped hydrating the Gen 4 gypsum a few days earlier. And they were used living under a lid. I connected the new hydrated white-tongue nest. And they started exploring. Not long after, I placed the lid on it and took the lid off the Gen 4. The reaction was instant. Right away, the tube became a highway. Inside the Gen 4, the move was in full force. Eggs, larvae, young workers, mages. But where is the queen? Can you spot her? Ah, there she goes. And this was after 30 minutes. Most of the brood was moved within the hour, but a lot of workers and elates stayed in the gypsum. Time for the next trick. I thought of a trick by Antimatter. He made the bin. It's a smart container when ants can go out but not go in, because of an escape barrier. I used this principle. I made an acrylic disc that fits on the tubing, and I put an escape barrier on it. I disconnected the Gen 4 and placed the disc on the tube. Then I placed the nest vertically in the outworld. The ants would try to find the exit, walk onto the disc and fall into the outworld. It took a day, but all the ants got out of the nest. When I was looking in the outworld, I saw that the ants had lost their interest in the pinky, but they were still very busy around the plate. And when I lifted it, I saw why. They were digging nesting space under it. I was very happy with the move. The setup is easier to maintain and it takes up way less space in the viv. And the ants seem to like it. That's it for this video. If you want to help our channel, join our Discord. We have an idea section in the server, and if you have an idea that I think is good enough to make, you get a copy for free. And of course, like, subscribe and hit the bell icon. Thank you for watching and see you next week at the Crafting Ant.